Hello, week ahead reading for the, there's a lot of children playing outside. Week ahead reading for the 14th of June to the 20th, and I have already pulled the cards because I was in the middle of something. We start off with Judgment. So this is like an awakening. Something is stirring within you this week, and you are moving on to a next phase. So you might actually be evolving spiritually. You could be actually looking at things in a different from a different perspective. And we've got the Magician. That is about having all the skills. So probably what you are actually becoming awakened to is that you have a full skill set and you're starting to utilize it. And it's something that's been going on for a while within you, but you have only just come out of a period of stasis. And so you've finished healing and you are ready to step into this next phase. This is bringing you to lose your fears. Your fears are coming up to the surface and you are able to make a decision now. This decision you are making is probably to do with something preventing or going through this tower. It's a surprise. It's something that you weren't expecting. And this tower is going to lead you on to the next phase. Now, this tower could be to do with relationships because we've got the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups there is, a close emotional tie. So this tower moment and decision could be related to partnerships. They could be business partnerships. It's not an overriding emotional thing. And they could be family or friendships or even a love relationship. So something could be hitting crisis point and it becoming very obvious to you now at this stage. The Page of Swords is you're not hearing. So this moment is you may not feel like you're not in a position to understand or hear, and the communication may be held back, or you might be biting your tongue actually in some circumstances. And this is about competition, this Five of Wands. So that could be a bit of a battle, a bit of skill honing. Perhaps that's occurring because you are not hearing anything. So you're thinking, I've got to improve my skills. We already know you don't need to improve them as such because you've got the Magician here. And the Magician has everything they need. Something you are creating is about to explode. So this competition could be about, like I said, partnerships here. Could be a little bit of bantering. It could be a work partnership. It could be within a family, because even though at the beginning of the week we don't hear anything, after this sort of backwards and forwards and strengthening of your skills, we get this Eight of Wands, which is fast, quick incoming messages. So you might have had to wait at the beginning of the week. It is not going to be waiting for long. We're going to get some answers. Now, I only pulled out those cards initially. I'm going to pick another deck. Let's use this Shadows deck to find out a little bit more, because it feels like it stops in the middle. Actually, I normally use 12 cards, but today I used 9. So this Judgment and this Magician, let's have a little bit of a look at what this means. Ace of Wands in reverse. It's not taking action. So you have paused and you're now getting some ability from this pause, from this status, from this healing period, that you are in a moment of not taking action. The Lovers again. Oh no, well, it's Two of Cups. Lovers, decisions, a major decision. You've got a major decision ahead this week and you're still pausing to see what is going to come about. So let's clarify the Two of Swords and the Tower. The Empress. So this decision and this Tower moment could be either about something creative, or it could be about your home life, you as the mother or the mother figure in your family. There could be some decisions to be made about your role as a mother, or the matriarchal person in your family. The Empress is very creative. So there was this element of partnership, so it could be a business partnership there. Let's clarify that, see if we can get a little bit of information about this Two of Cups. Five of Cups, yeah. It's something that you've decided not to get sort of hung up on. I feel like you're laying some things to the side, and you are not, I'm going to get another clarifier for that. You're not, no longer letting things around you upset you. So this Tower could have been quite a big monumental moment. Strength there in reverse, yeah, and caused you to leave a little bit of reserve. So let's clarify this, lose some of your reserves of energy. Let's clarify this Page of Swords. It's not hearing this battle, this tug of war, and then the sudden incoming message, the Hermit, Virgo energy. See the moon there as well in the background. Reflecting. You're reflecting on the situation, and then the Fool. So these incoming messages are going to give you a bit more faith in the road ahead. You might not see the full path. Just one more message there about that. You may not see the full path ahead. What is the outcome of this week? Once you've had this awakening, this sudden realization about a catastrophe or a disaster that's happened, or even something quite surprising, and it's causing big decisions to be made. Page of Pentacles. It's an offer. There's an offer coming, and you're having to, this week, you're going to get an offer, and you're having to look ahead at waiting for that to come in. Let's have a look at the Oracle cards. Release negative habits. We all form habits and patterns of our lives, whether in thought or action, but like a pair of comfortable old slippers, there comes a time when they outgrow their value to us, and we must let them go. Do something different today that shakes you out of your usual way of responding, and have fun doing so. What's the tea? Fake accounts, social media, accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. So I feel like this energy is the messages. So you could be waiting for messages, but they may not be like telling the whole truth. That's a little bit cryptic, isn't it? They may not be the whole story, these messages, and you might need to reflect on them, and you're going to hear a lot more messages. What more messages? The World, about completion. So something that's caused a disaster in your week, that is completing. And it may not just be about this week. It could be a completion of a cycle that's been going on for some time, sometimes a whole year. So you might be culminating this week in seeing in seeing something end. Sorry. It's divine mirror, self-reflection. We had that, and truth. So something's going to come out. Could be around your family life, or a couple, or a business partnership. But something that wasn't being told is now being told, and you are going to be able to see forward the truth of the matter. And it's going to be able to give you a period of reflection, but this new reflection is going to enable you to step forwards, and it's going to give you some confidence to step forward into the new phase. And this World means you are about to close out a cycle and enter into a whole new productive cycle. I think it's going to be productive. Let's just look one more time. Three of Pentacles. A new foundation. You're ready to move forward. So this week you close out a cycle and you enter into a new productive cycle, but it's the beginning of the cycle, and it's going to lay new foundations. I hope that hasn't been too confusing for you.